it's Rhea, wherever you are and whatever time it is, I hope you are enjoying yourself. So yes, it's nice to see you again. I know I've kind of fallen into a posting pit over the past month and a half, so thanks for your patience as always. And yeah, as you can see, we are, well, one, we're drawing on my iPad again. So for those of you who enjoy seeing digital art, woohoo. Um, but I will also be working in Clip Studio Paint, which is a new thing for me because normally I am working in Procreate. So yeah, I'll be, I guess, mentioning my experience with it here and there. Also, you probably noticed that I'm just like starting in the middle of something. Oh, and another thing is, I'm so sorry. I do not turn on my manual focus until like, I don't know. Like, I get it eventually, so it's not like fully bad. And I try to like take out parts of the video where it's like focusing in a little too much, but sorry if every now and then you see it like refocus and focus on something. That's because I had autofocus on. If you just randomly feel like I'm filming a video, like you just get your spidey senses tingling, feel free to just message me manual focus out of nowhere, and I'll be like, you know what? You're right, thanks. Because I don't know how I manage to forget this all the time. It's like, I don't know, it's crazy. But anyways, yeah, I kind of just start in the middle of a like sketch page, and basically if you saw the title, you can probably already guess like what I'm drawing and stuff, since that's usually something that I disclose there. But basically I am drawing cafe outfits, but I just wanted to say that like, yeah, I start in the middle of this because I had already started this process, I believe, on stream. Actually, I was sketching these ideas out on just like a regular like notebook paper that I have been using as like a, I don't want to say a trash sketchbook, but it's like a sketchbook that you kind of use whenever you don't really want to show it to anyone. It's just like you can literally just use it for whatever you feel like the just the messiest sketches you could ever think of. So yeah, I started sketching out like outfit ideas there after looking at Pinterest and all of that. And then I went on stream. If you guys don't know, I stream on Twitch. That's gonna be relevant to, I guess, kind of this whole page really. So I'll explain a little bit more about that in a second. But yeah, I was doing these on stream, like I was putting the bodies in there because I took the sketch from the notebook that I did and I implemented it into Clip Studio Paint, which it's pretty straightforward on how to do that. You just insert the photo and you can move it around however you'd like. And yeah, so I did that, and then but the process that you guys see is I basically draw the heads on all of them at the beginning, and then I sort of like go back to each one and like refine some things, because whenever I first sketched these, it was pretty um like like it was, the idea was there, I guess, but it like I could have touched up a little bit more. So I do a lot of that in this video. I just hope you guys don't mind, because it's like, I don't know how people feel about like starting in the middle of a sketch page and then also not finishing it. Spoiler alert, I don't finish. Like, I color the very first one that I'm like drawing right now. I color that one very briefly, but other than that, I just, you know, I mean, to be fair, it's like 5 different outfits that I draw on the same character, and I was like, you know what? Like a part just kind of like clicked with me, like halfway through this process where I was like, I don't think I'm gonna finish this in time. Like, there's no way that's gonna happen. So yeah, I hopefully it's not that big of a deal for you guys. I know, like, for some reason I thought that, like, I mean, everyone films their content differently and stuff like that, but I don't know, I just always had it in my head that it was like, if I film a video, then it's better for me to film like the beginning to end process always. But like, you don't really have to do that. I've seen many like people just film like, hey, I'm working on this, or it's just like a whole bunch of different things all at once. And it's like, I kind of want to be a little bit more open-minded like that. Especially since like it's kind of already difficult for me to film sometimes. So I feel like making it as easy and relaxed as possible is really beneficial for me. So yeah, at least for right now, while doing this is not my job or anything, you know, I do appreciate if you guys are like, if you give me leeway if things aren't perfect. Because I, even like without anyone's expectations, my own are pretty bizarre. So I've just kind of realized that, and I'm like, you know, and that's another reason why like posting gets so difficult for me sometimes, because I'm like, oh, what's the point if it's not like a good concept? No one's gonna want to see me do trash. It has to be perfect. And it's like, it's too much. Anyway, so yeah. But that being said, I feel like that kind of just goes into the energy of this video in general. I intend this to be kind of like just a sketch with me, because that's all I'm doing. I'm sketching. And yeah, that's how sketches are. You don't really like, I personally love sketching. But because it's very like non-committal and you can just like play with it as long as you want. It's like nothing is super intense. So yeah, it's very chill today. If you want to like draw along while you listen or do chores or something, by all means feel free. I wish you the best of luck in your endeavors. But yeah, it's a very laid back video this time, and I honestly, like I said, I want to like try to embrace that kind of energy more, instead of me like overthinking each and everything that I like put out and like making sure that it's perfect. You know, it's okay to just chill sometimes. I keep forgetting, like, if I want some of my videos to be like a resting place or like a chill, a safe zone, if you will, for you guys, then I feel like it should also feel that way for me as well, you know? So, but anyways, philosophy and stuff aside, you're probably wondering, like, what is this character that I'm drawing? If you don't know, how do I explain this? I mean, I feel like it's pretty simple. It's like, so this character is kind of like my persona. Here, a very easy way. If you've watched Shugo Chara, then this will be very like straightforward. Actually, is it Shugo Chara? It's Shugo Kiara, right? But like the romanization of it feels like it looks like you would pronounce it Chara. Anyways, if you've seen this anime called Shugo Kiara, the concept is pretty similar to that, where it's like, and if you haven't seen it, basically it's like this anime where there's these characters and they have forms of them that are like their would-be selves, or like, you know, what they would like to be at their peak, who they want to become, stuff like that, finding yourself and all of that. And so my little character is kind of similar to that. If you have caught me live on Twitch, or if you've seen my Twitch at all, my channel is like sort of branded around this character. And my branding in general, I feel like ties into this character. She's pretty much like my persona. And yeah, I guess like I don't have to like get super deep into it. If you've seen my Procreate tour, you've also probably like seen art of her and stuff, because I had to draw all the like emotes and like the PNG tuber and all of that. So yeah, she's my little character, and she's like, yeah, she's just like this cute little precious persona. It's okay if you want to like see her as like a separate like thing from me. I totally don't mind that. I feel like it can go either way. So yeah, but like I like to draw her every now and then, and I kind of have to if I want to like have content for stream, I guess, if that makes sense. So I initially wanted to create like a 2D model of her, kind of like a VTuber model. But just in general, I've enjoyed sort of like drafting out different ways she looks and stuff like that, because nothing's really set in stone, but I have a general idea of how I like her to look. And basically here what I'm doing is I'm drafting out like different outfits for her to wear, because so with my recent with my current like PNG tuber model of her that I use, she's supposed to be wearing like this cafe outfit, but it's winter themed. And she's always in a cafe outfit because she kind of runs the cafe. that she has, but she doesn't necessarily run it, she just kind of owns it. I'm trying not to get into the lore because I'm like, this is probably so boring. I don't know if this is like interesting to anyone, but yeah, basically she owns a little sky cafe, and she doesn't actually really work there necessarily, but she's like the poster child, so um I was like, I gotta put her in like the outfit. I feel like it'd be cute to like have her wear some kind of like cafe themed outfit. Um and to be honest, I don't even know if any of these are gonna like come off as like cafe like to you guys. I guess it depends on like what you define as like a cafe outfit or not. Because it's like, is it like made cafe based? I don't know. I mean, kinda, sorta. I don't know. I just have fun with fashion, to be honest. I could have just said that and left it there, really. I love the idea of like a character wardrobe. Um, you guys, if you've seen like previous videos, like way older videos, you've probably seen me do like anime outfit studies. Those are fun. I want to bring those back, but like actually do them in a way where it feels like it makes sense. Um, yeah, I just like outfits, fashion. It's very fun to me. So, this was just a good excuse to do that. Sorry that I went like in a whole like circle about how I got here, but yeah, I'm just drawing different outfits for my little character, and I just think each of them kind of have their own charm. I did look on Pinterest to get a feel for like what exactly I wanted to like create. So if you actually like go back to that photo that I put at the beginning that popped up, you'll probably see that I like wrote down some notes on the side too, and I often do that a lot whenever I'm planning things out. I feel like notes are really fun, and it's kind of like how my brain legitimately works. It's like, okay, I have a theme, what do I want to include, and then I just kind of get to it. And on the left page, you could see like there were the 5 outfits drafted, but on the right page, you could see that I simply just drafted out like 8 different ways that a top that the top part of a like shirt or dress could look, because there's so many different options, and it's like I was really trying to get a feel for all of them, and I feel like stuff like that really helps. So, and that's also something that I feel like is really it comes a lot more naturally to me whenever I'm doing it traditionally as opposed to digitally. I don't know why. I don't know if it's just like the tactile feel of like sketching with pencil or pen on some cheap paper, but it just like, I don't know, it activates something, this sense of like inspiration or sense of like just being in the creative zone. And so yeah, it really helped me like sort of put together the vision that I had. And I also am just a person who really likes options with anything. So of course I had to like I imagined in the like when I first thought like, oh, I need to create like a cafe outfit. I've said like so many times. Oh my gosh. I was like, okay, I need to create like a cafe outfit. I thought I had maybe like 3 options at most, and here we are with like 5. Um, but nevertheless, it was very like fun and cute to do. So yeah, I'm glad. And like putting together the theme, so I knew it was spring. It was gonna be spring themed. So the things that I think of whenever I think of spring are like obviously florals. I know that's not original. I don't care. Like whites, pastels, you know, like all the typical things. Lace, sheer things for some reason. Flowy, delicate things. So yeah, I just try to like note like that kind of word bank down and tie it into the outfits and just kind of have fun with it. So yeah, and then like changing the hairstyles and stuff, that was something that I just kind of did on the spot while sketching these out, and I think it was really fun. Braids are also another thing I think of whenever I think of spring. I'm not sure why. It's just very like feminine like aspects. I don't know, but it's always a fun thing to create like a concept and just kind of have fun with it. And that's kind of like the base of sketching. So maybe that's why I like it so much. I don't know. As much as I want to like really get better at illustration and really push for that, I am definitely a sketcher at heart. Non-committal, just having fun. Yeah, it's like my comfort zone. That being said though, I did have like a little bit of a chaotic time. um so like I think I filmed this in 2 different sessions. Well, of course not including like whenever I put together the sketches initially like on stream and like previously on the notepad, but on terms of the filming process, yeah, I filmed this in 2 different sessions. And to be honest, like lately, I want to say for the past like the past couple of weeks, I had been going through a huge like art slump, and I just felt weird and out of place and stressed out, and it just felt like cause I for a while I wasn't able to draw as much, and I mean that's pretty natural, right? For me, at least, because I work full time and it takes a lot of out of my like it takes a lot of energy out of me. Um, because I'm a designer, so the work that I do is still creative. So it's like creative burnout. I basically like spend a full day on the computer, like putting things together, and then I get home, and then it's like I am forcing myself to draw on the iPad. So sometimes I just kind of like fall apart, I guess. And in general, work was really busy lately, or at the beginning of this month. So yeah, I just kind of like came to a point where I just couldn't even draw because I had to like give myself a type of mental recovery and things like that. In general, I'm trying to like be careful because I'm starting to notice like how much strain I'm putting on myself from like work, like putting together work things, but then also trying to work on art things. I keep forgetting, like, because I enjoy art so much, sometimes I don't realize that this technically, like, everything that I do from like filming and putting together stuff, unless I'm genuinely drawing for myself carefree, which for them, like, I want to say it's like, it's complicated, but, yeah, it basically this is still work, you know? This is still something that could take a toll on me. And so that realization kind of like hit, and I was like, oh my gosh, I guess fine. I guess I'll like chill out. um, so yeah, I was in a slump and things like that. But I don't know. I'm a weird person. Like normally you would think like, oh, okay, I chilled out. I took some time to rest. And don't get me wrong, I did. I definitely like just took some time to exist, and I always encourage that if you're not feeling art, if you're feeling overwhelmed by art, please just give it a rest. You don't always have to force yourself through art block unless it is literally your job. Um, and it's like you don't have any like backup plans, right? But if you can, by all means, feel free to take a break from art. It is overwhelming oftentimes. Uh, so yeah. But I mean, if you want to have an insane moment and force yourself through it, then that's also valid too. You know, like everyone works in different ways. So it's kind of up to you to like figure out what works best for you. Everyone can say like, oh, here's tips for art block, but you kind of just like figure it out over time. And another thing is like having like an artist crisis or things like that. I don't know about you guys, but it's very common for me. Like I get it at least 4 times a year, and it's like for like multiple different reasons. You know, it could just be like, oh, I'm not drawing enough, or like, oh, I'm not accomplishing what I wanted, or like, oh, I don't know what my style is, or I don't know what direction I even want to go in right now. Blah 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 blah. So yeah, I feel like, but for me lately it has just been like I didn't have time to draw. Then I finally like things calm down at work again, so I have time to draw, but then I'm suddenly overwhelmed because I feel so behind on all of the projects that I wanted to like um take care of and like get started on. And I'm like, oh gosh, what do I do? So then I just kind of froze up. But like I said, I rested for a bit, and then last weekend I think, I didn't stream and I didn't post a video. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to simply take this time to draw all night. Like I'm just going to stay up and I'm gonna draw all night. Like it's like back in the old days. I don't know why I'm saying that. Maybe like a couple of years ago it's something I would have done. More like back in college and stuff. But yeah, I just had like this really like this craving. Like it was like initially I was like, this is a very self-destructive urge, but it's not self-destructive in like the typical like really heinous awful way that you should be careful of. um I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't think you should like force yourself to stay up if you're genuinely feeling tired and stuff, but for me it's one of those stubborn things that I know I just have to do to get it out of my system. I was just really wanting to like be like just pushing everything out of the way, everything in my life just going away. I sit with my headset on, listening to music like I always do, and it's like 2 a.m. and I'm just drawing whatever I feel like, whatever I want, not thinking about anything or blah blah blah, just drawing and feeling like that sense of freedom that I always crave whenever I go to create anything. So, I think I capped out at like 6 a.m. I was like around 5 I was like, oh man, what do I do? I'm feeling so tired because like I'm old now. I'm kidding, I'm not old. It's just my body is like, because of work, I'm so used to like getting up early, so staying up late really hits me now. Like, oh gosh, I wake up with headaches and everything. So yeah, I was like really fighting for my life at like 6 a.m. So I was like, okay, I've done well. It's okay. I've done my part, so I'll go rest now. But yeah, I was just up drawing for like a while and just like drawing different things. I did take breaks, of course, like a 10-minute, 15-minute break every now and then, just to breathe. And it's not, like I said, that's not something I would recommend anyone necessarily do. It's just something that for me provided like something that I really needed for some reason. But after that, I just felt very like, I don't know, I felt very like peaceful, or like I felt like something was a little bit more resolved. I felt like a little bit more of myself was restored. And so yeah, following that week up, I feel like I've slowly been able to like climb back into art and like drawing things naturally, comfortably again, because that's what I really wanted. And it felt like for a while that was just so difficult for me to do. But yeah, in these 2 sessions, I feel like it really came together. I think I did this on, like, I started the first session on, I think, Monday or maybe Sunday. And then I followed it either the day after or the day after that second day. So, like, either back to back or, like, with a day in between. But yeah, and I just kind of had fun with it, and I felt like, once again, I've sort of found that enjoyment of drawing, and yeah, it just feels good to, like, be back in that zone. I really want to keep that kind of energy. But yeah, for those of you who have gone through that or are currently going through that, I wish you a very merry recovery. Take your time, be patient, take care of yourself. But yeah, and for this part now, to go back into the Clip Studio Paint thing, so these are all the brushes that I've downloaded. I downloaded them all at once because I'm just insane, I guess, and I just like saw a bunch of brushes, because I know Clip Studio Paint, like, that's one of the pretty cool perks is it has such easy access to downloadable items to help you. And so I was just like finding all these random brushes and I was like, yeah, sure, okay. So I just downloaded them all at once, and like some of them are in Korean, some of them are in Japanese, and I'm just like, yeah, sure, okay. But the pen that I used to color, or the brush that I used to color, oh, what was it called? I mean, it's in Korean. It's like, yeah, something pen. I can read the Hangul, but it's like, if it's an actual word that it's saying, I'm probably not sure what that word is. It's been a while. I gotta touch up on my Korean, but not now. Not now. But yeah, so I just kind of start going in with like color, but don't get your hopes up when you see me color like the second model, We're just gonna do this first one on the left. So, yeah, but for the most part too, like drawing, like, the sketching part, I just used what is it called? Like the angled pencil that I had. I use that for like just everything because, I feel like when you're starting out in a new program, it's good for you to not overwhelm yourself with like everything because that's very easy to do. Like I said, I downloaded all those brushes. I did not need to do that. So it's good to just try stuff out a bit at a time. And that's why I just stuck to that one pencil brush and this one brush to use for coloring. But yeah, and I tend to like gravitate towards brushes and pencils that have a good range of pressure sensitivity. Like their opacity changes based on your pressure sensitivity. Because I kind of like I like to do that, but I also like using the smudge tool to sort of like blend things together. I just like a good mix of like blending stuff and then like sharper edges, I guess. I mean, I'm just kind of like sketching. This is all very brief, so it's not like it's gonna come out looking like super perfect or anything. Sorry if you expected that. We're just, like I said, we're chilling today. But I did have fun just kind of like testing out like how the brush dynamics work. And yeah, I do want to use Clip Studio Paint more on the iPad. Because I know a while back I did do a video trying out Clip Studio Paint, but that was me using my tablet, my drawing tablet, and connecting it to my desktop, which I don't mind using a drawing tablet, but with how like fast-paced my life is and stuff, I feel like sometimes just trying to set it up and trying to like get used to looking at the screen while using the drawing tablet, it's a little bit difficult, I guess. It's not that difficult, but how do I put this? Well, one, I'm a little bit spoiled now ever since I got my iPad because I'm used to using like a screen to draw directly on as opposed to having to look up like I used to. But either one you can get used to, honestly. I don't think it's that big of a deal. But for me, I've been doing digital art, I think, for almost 5 years now, or exactly 5 years. Because I started out, I bought my first, like, tablet whenever I bought my first, like, not my first laptop, but it was my second laptop that I bought on my own for the first time. Because I started working, and that was in 2018. So, yeah. But I know that for Clip Studio Paint, at least on the iPad, I believe it's subscription based. So, I did have to sign up for that. I don't really know a ton about Clip Studio Paint. I've seen videos, but I've also known a lot has changed over like the past year or so. So if you guys have any like pointers or anything to add, any advice you would like to share, by all means, go ahead. I pretty much like figure things out and get comfortable, like enough to draw in this program. So I do want to use it more and just sort of like see how I can use it in comparison to Procreate. I mean, I still enjoy using Procreate, don't get me wrong. And it's what I'm used to, so it's like my go-to. But I would like to sort of see like how this program does too on the iPad. My main reason is probably because of all the assets that it has that people talk about. I want to see what it's like to be able to utilize that. But yeah. And then there's some other things like the fact that there's no layer cap on it. I don't know if I'm pretty sure Procreate has a layer cap. At least I've definitely ran into it several times. So, yeah, just trying to figure that out and stuff. But I feel like it's pretty like straightforward. That's the one thing that I'm thankful for when it comes to learning or trying out a new drawing program. A lot of them are pretty streamlined to have like similar features. So it's like, you know, it's gonna have the layers panel. You know that usually you can customize your workspace to see what works for you. And yeah, so it's like for me to use alpha lock, for me to use like a clipping mask, things like that, it comes pretty natural to me. So yeah, sorry, there's like I think about 5 more minutes left and I'm trying to figure out what to say. This normally doesn't happen. Like normally I can talk a pretty good amount, but it's kind of late right now for me. And I'm like tired because I'm also working on something else. I was actually just filming for another video. Well, we'll see. I don't know. I would like to make it a video. Do I want to spoil it? It's kind of similar to what I'm doing now, but like it's relevant to what I'm doing now in regards to like the character and stuff like that. But I don't know. We'll get to it eventually. But yeah, for upcoming things, I have several ideas planned. I mean, to be honest, like I have a good amount of ideas that I've wanted to do for videos, but it's literally just a matter of like what my time and energy will allow. So, like I said, thank you guys so much for your patience and your kindness. I'm glad if you enjoy even like the slightest bit of my videos in any kind of way. It means a lot. I know, let's see. So I am currently trying to finish a sketchbook that I started in 2020. So that's probably gonna be, several videos. I'm kind of planning to do it in like 3 parts maybe. So like one, I just do like line art only, like all throughout the pages that I have left to do, and then I go in and do all the coloring, and that could be a video, and then finally the last page in the sketchbook. Yeah, so that's like 3 video ideas right there. I don't know if you guys are interested. Yeah, we can get back to some traditional art, and I'd also like to do the 3 marker challenge since I have like several like 2 different marker sets now. I feel like that'd be kind of cool to do, and just in general I want to touch back on markers and things like that, which I mean my sketchbook is perfect to try that in because it's supposed to be like that special like marker paper or whatever that I'm actually not that fond of. But either way, it'll be good to finish the sketchbook, so I'm looking forward to that a lot. And then I have another per certify that I want to do, so turning objects or characters, or turning things into characters basically. It's always fun for me. So I'll get around to that. I do also really want to touch on merch because there's 2 main things that I wanted to touch on this year, and it was making like merch items kind of, and then making illustrations, and neither of those have really like been pushed. So I know I'm doing the best that I can though, so I'm not gonna like beat myself up over it. But I do want to like get around to that, so look forward to me highlighting those. And then lastly, watercolor. I've bought like several different watercolor supplies and I have yet to like utilize them and get around to them, so I really hope I can do that like as soon as possible, maybe this weekend. I don't know, we'll see. I gotta make time for it, but I really hope I can do that and showcase some of what I'm working on to you guys. Also, I'm silly here because I realized that I was using the blend tool instead of like the eraser tool like I meant to on the line art. I was like, oh no, I was supposed to be erasing the line art, and now here I am. But yeah, wonder where to go from here on this. I mean, I could potentially finish this on stream, like I guess tomorrow by the time I post this video, because I tend to stream on Fridays. I actually am planning to do a long stream to commemorate it being a year of me streaming on Twitch, which feels kind of crazy now that I think about it. But yeah, so if you feel like stopping by to catch me live in action, I'm actually very shy, so like you don't have to. If you want to, then that's cool. But yeah, it'll be a chill time. So I look forward to that. Hopefully I can pick a nice spring outfit, and then also maybe draft some summer cafe outfits as well. I was thinking like a romper or something, but yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I'll keep you guys updated on everything. But hopefully you guys have been well too. You know, school's about to be out, so love that for y'all if you're free. And if not, then whatever you're going through, I hope you're doing all right with it. And yeah. But that's pretty much the end of this video. We're about to close out. So if you drew anything along, or if you did anything, if you have any thoughts, feel free to let me know in the comments below. But other than that, it looks like I am going to head out. So thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed your time here today, please feel free to leave a like. If you're interested to see more of my content, you can always check out my other videos and subscribe. For reference, if you're new, I am Rhea or Etheria, and I like making art and art-related content on my channel. I do try to post weekly videos, but if you'd like more timely updates, you can always check out my other social media linked in the description and also at the end of the video. Until next time, see you guys maybe on Twitch, but until then, wish you a nice rest of your day and week. Take care.